Hey y'all, Pink Lady here. Welcome to the second episode of Bet on Yourself, sis. In this episode, I interview Wendy Green, who is the sister of Tish Baldez, who I interviewed in the first episode. Wendy and Tish work together. They are founding partners of P31 Consulting and Academy. And in this episode, we talk about so much. We talk about the benefits of consulting for women of color, the importance of mentorship. We talk about pursuing excellence over striving for perfection, why you should pursue excellence over striving for perfection. We talk about building strong client relationships, balancing work and family life. We talk about having a supportive community or village around you and learning from your failures. We talk about shifting from a corporate mindset to an entrepreneurial one and stepping out of your comfort zone. And we talk about creating supportive environments for women of color and building a network of support. So I already know you're going to enjoy this episode, so go ahead and listen. Please rate and review to let us know how we're doing.
Yeah. Bet on yourself, sis. Bet on yourself, sis. You've got the goal, confidence and style. Let your power show.
Hey y'all, Pink Lady here. Welcome back to another episode, and I am super excited today. Last week, you guys heard from this person's sister, so I'm so excited to talk to her today. I know that was a very high bar, but don't worry, we're gonna hit it. We're gonna reach it, and we're going to surpass it with this week. So I'm super excited. Wendy Ellis Green, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. Please tell the people who you are and what you do.
Well, Jasmine, thank you so much for having me. I heard the conversation last time was incredible. You've got a high bar to also say
Absolutely.
me too.
Yes, I'm ready.
So I'm Wendy Ellis Green. I'm a partner and founder of P31 Consulting, which is a boutique consulting firm. 20 years ago, we started it. This August will be 20 years. We'll be celebrating. The firm essentially does right now, it's evolved over the years, but right now we've been specializing in training corporations, people in corporate environments in the soft skills area. So, communications, we're really known for training consultants to be consultants. So, if you've never had training and you're doing the job or doing some type of role like that, we train them globally. So we're pretty much known for being the consultants that train consultants.
Which is so cool. When I was talking to Tish, I was just like, I had never really even thought about consulting to corporations. This is a thought that
Right.
I've never had. So I
Right.
know that it's a thought that probably a lot of other Black women
Exactly.
entrepreneurs are not even thinking about.
Exactly. We're not even presented with that opportunity. Like they're not. It's not discussed in college and
No,
university. I mean, we rarely have people in our community that can tell you about that role and
right.
just about the opportunities that that role can present. So I completely get it. I remember graduating from college and thinking, I don't know what that is.
Right, right. I had never heard, and it really was like my mind is blown because you get the flexibility of, you
Yes.
don't have to stop being an entrepreneur and go work in
Right.
this 9 to 5. It's not that like
Exactly.
structured thing, right? You still have the flexibility of being an entrepreneur, but really it's like that's where the money is, right? So
It
we
is.
absolutely should be looking into that.
Absolutely. And you don't
Right?
have to be a lot of people leave corporate America to pursue being a consultant, an
Mhm.
entrepreneurial consultant. uh, and they think they've got to be an expert to do it.
Mm.
You just have to be good and pursue excellence. People want
Mm.
people that can do the work that's going to get them to an excellent level, that can make them smarter, make them more money, make them do things faster, save them more money, and help them save a lot more money. So, if you've got the skills to do that, this is an opportunity for you to take.
Absolutely. Can you talk more about the benefits of taking this route, especially as it pertains to women of color, Black women entrepreneurs?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think probably the greatest, and you mentioned it earlier, the greatest thing is the flexibility within the role. We have had the opportunity to learn things along the way.
Mm.
once we built trust with our clients, they literally say to us, I know you don't do this, but I trust you that
Mm.
you can get this done for me. And I know it's going to be done right.
Yeah.
So, and we will literally have no skill, no experience, no background in the area, but they're paying us to build skill.
Yeah.
They're paying us to build a new offering that we can offer other people. Like, but you've got to do it. You've got to do the work that you do in excellence. So, one of the benefits is flexibility. Another one is you get to develop skills along the way. You're not stuck in this space where you can't do anything else. It really does give you the opportunity to try out new things and work with different organizations around the world, across industries. So, it's just so many things. There's just so many things about the opportunity, and there's not enough of us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see. I'm telling you, when Tish and I see someone, we're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, and it's so fun to listen to their journeys as well, like how they got to the point that they're at. It's a great field. It's a great field to be. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of mentors in the field. If you can get people in the field, we have a mentor that actually worked with us. He's now semi-retired, but we still meet with him every week.
Mm.
Every week. It's a white man,
Wow.
loves the Lord, and wants us to be excellent and wants us to continue being excellent. This is the man that built IBM's consulting business.
Mm.
I
Mm.
mean, we're talking about like way up there.
IBM. Like I heard. Yeah.
He went from his partner, and one other person to starting it. When he left IBM, it was 1,200 people.
Mm.
That's when he left it. But
Wow.
him and the other guy are the ones that built it,
Wow.
it. And this is who our mentor is. This is the type of people that you've got access to on a one-on-one type of basis.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I love a lot of what you just said. But that mentorship piece is so important because a lot of the times we get into the field, whatever industry we're in, right? And it feels like, we're just thrown into the deep end. We really throw ourselves into the deep end, right? Because we chose this
That
life,
part.
right? But it really feels like, oh, I'll just need a little help here, a little direction here. And a mentor is so good for that, right? They've already done what you're trying to do. They have the
Absolutely.
connections that you need. So,
Yes.
oh, mentorship is
Yes.
so important. And I love that you added that piece because that if y'all are listening, right, like that is so important and that is so helpful,
It
right?
is.
Like
It is.
it's like it's a speed pass, right? Like you don't gotta figure out a lot of these things
Right.
because it's already figured out for you.
Right. You just need to follow the path that they're laying out for you.
Love
That's
it.
all you've got to do. Yep.
Love it. And y'all know I'm not one for conformity, right? So I'm not saying that you have to conform to this specific
Right.
rigorous path, right? I'm
Right.
not saying
No,
that.
no, no,
I'm
no, no.
just saying you can make it a little easier for yourself, right? Because it's
Absolutely.
hard enough, right?
Absolutely.
So,
And if your mentor knows you, they know that what they're laying out for you has some flexibility, has some options along the way
mhm.
that allow for you to move in who you are and
Yes.
what your clients need. So it's not prescriptive. It's it mentors are guides that lay out opportunities for us
Yeah.
to go take advantage of.
Absolutely. I love how
It's
you worded that.
yeah. So they're there to point you in the right direction. There's something that we do within our company with our coaching program. It's called the North Star, and actually our mentor was telling us, when ships sail, they're not fixed to a path, but
Mhm.
they do keep the North Star out there in front of them. So if they veer off, they're always navigating back toward it, back toward that goal. Because if they take their eye off of that goal, they're going to be so far off the path, and it's going to
Mhm.
take so much more effort to get back on. But if they're just making small corrections along the way to get to that goal, that's what your mentor should be doing. They should be
Yes.
helping you set that goal and guiding you back this way and guiding you back this way. But also, it's not to say you're only supposed to stay along this path. It's just to say, you know, yeah, explore over here a bit, but make sure you're coming back. Explore over here a bit, but make sure you're coming back. So
Yes.
he's done that for us, and we're hoping we're doing that for others.
I love that metaphor as well. I really love analogies and metaphors because they help me see it, and I'm a very visual
Yes.
person. And
Yes.
it just reminds me of like remembering your why, remembering why you want to do this in the first place, right? That's kind of like your North Star.
Yes.
Like you can pivot in this journey. You probably will pivot a bunch of
Yeah,
times, right? Like you said, the business has
right.
grown a lot since you first
It
started and
has.
it's changed a
Yes.
lot. So trusting the process, trusting that the business will grow and change, but as long as you
Right.
keep your why in mind, that's your
Yes.
North Star. You'll always be on that
Yes.
right path.
Exactly.
Oh, I love
Exactly.
that. I love that. I also love how you said like you're pretty much getting paid to build these skills, right? Like your clients will come to you and they'll be like, "I know you don't do this, but I trust you enough.
Yes.
I know that if I come to you and ask you to do this, it's going to be quality work, it's going to be
Yes.
done right." Right?
Yes.
So talk about building that rapport with your clients because I mean, I know a lot of I know a lot of women who are in these jobs, excuse me, and they feel like they're stuck and they're doing great jobs and you can tell
Mhm.
because their bosses are just dumping more work on them,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
how many
Yeah.
women talk about like, "Oh yeah, I
Right.
did this well, so I get all of I
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
everybody else's job," right?
Oh
So
my
talk
gosh.
more about
Yes.
like building that rapport with your client because that's the goal so that you can do it. Yet you're going to do it all anyway, right? So you
Right.
might as well
Right.
do it for yourself and not somebody
Might
else.
as well, right?
Right?
Might as well. But yeah, I think we have to make the choice to do excellent work, not perfect work,
Mm.
excellent work. The goal it
Please
should be.
differentiate. I'm so sorry to cut you off, but
Oh,
please
yeah, yeah.
differentiate.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Uh, Perfection means that there's nothing wrong.
Mm,
There's 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 no opportunity for error. And error there is learning.
mm,
So we don't want to eliminate error. And where there's imperfections, there's opportunities for correction. We don't want to eliminate, imperfections.
yeah,
So excellence is a pathway, is a journey, and hopefully a destination,
mm,
but it's more of a journey where you get to, and it's a get to, not have to,
mhm,
where you get to build, develop things, relationships, people, if you've got them working under you or with you, so that they are better for the community around them, the organization around them, the
yeah,
people they serve, the people that they work for, their families. The pursuit should be excellence, not perfection.
yeah,
That should never be the goal for us. That should never be, because you want to be able to fail and learn quickly. You don't want to stay in our failure. We do that a lot. I'm one of those that's moving out of that. I used to stay in my failures and used to identify myself in terms of my failures. I don't do that anymore. That
yeah,
kept me away from opportunities. It kept me away from seeing myself for who I really am and who I really wanted to be.
mm,
So I don't look at errors and failures and imperfections as something negative that define me. I look at them as opportunities to overcome
yeah,
and develop and become smarter and better and faster, because I want to be smarter and better and faster than everybody out there.
mhm,
I want my clients to only think of me, not
mhm,
think of me first. I want them to only think of
right,
me.
yes.
That's a difference. That's a
Mhm,
difference. one of the concepts we teach is eliminating the competition.
Mm,
I don't want my clients to ever think of anybody else when they have a job.
right.
When they have something that needs to be done, I want them to think of me, only me, only me. And I've got clients that a couple times a year I'll call and just to say hello. That's the relationship development. Just to
Mm,
say hello. I'm not calling for business. Developing relationships is about the relationship, not about the business. We have to keep that in mind, because if your client is always thinking about that you're only calling for business, sometimes they won't pick up.
mm,
I have clients that pick up every time, respond to my texts every time. Like, it always happens. And I'm not bragging. I'm saying that's what relationships are. I mean, that's what happens personally. Why wouldn't it happen professionally?
yep.
Like, I mean, it's the same thing. They're people. They're people.
Yeah.
So developing those relationships, taking the time with people, getting them to understand that you want excellence for them. My clients know that I want their bosses to see that they're excellent. My clients know that I want their clients to see that they're excellent. They're the best. They're the only choice. I want that for them. And they know I want that for them. And they know that I'm going to do everything I can to make them look good to
Yeah.
everyone.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love what you said there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's talk about, because you said you're a wife, you're a mom. Let's
Mhm.
talk a bit about, because what I really like what you said about building relationships, they're people, right? So I'm sure we could think of at least one person that when they call us, they only talk about one thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and a lot,
Yeah.
we don't answer because we know they're gonna talk about that one thing, right? So it's so genius. Like, it really is brilliant. I'm calling you to just say hello, right? To just
Yeah.
check in to see how you
Exactly.
are.
Exactly.
And you'll
Exactly.
answer because you just want to talk to me. Like, we have a
Right.
good relationship. It's more about
Exactly.
building that relationship than the business. Love that.
Exactly. I just want to tell you a quick story. I have a
Yes.
client that now it's been like about 10 years. We do business with her and her team about every other year. We'll come back in to do business. But I know her cadence of vacation now.
I
So I send her a message saying, "Okay, now where are you now?" And
know she loves that.
she knows that, I'm just calling to, check
Yeah.
to find out where the vacation
It
spot
feels
is this year.
good to be
Yes,
checked in on, right?
right,
Like, "Oh, I'm just calling to check
exactly.
in on." "Oh, like, you were thinking of me?" I
Yes,
love it.
exactly, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So those little things do mean something to the person on the other side, just like you were saying, it means something to us.
Mhm.
Why wouldn't it mean something to them also?
Mhm. Yes. Okay. So let's shift gears here a little bit
Okay.
and just talk about, um I guess, being an entrepreneur and doing all the amazing things you're doing and traveling all over the world for clients and for, the business and everything, but also being a wife and a mom and making space for your family. Talk about
Yeah,
it.
that is quite the balance. It was one of the things that when I first became an entrepreneur, uh, I was traveling once a week
Mm.
I had 2 offices, one in Princeton, New Jersey, and one in Reno, Nevada.
I live in
So
Trenton, New Jersey. Princeton is like
oh,
25
yeah,
minutes away.
I was driving
Yeah.
through Trenton to get to Princeton. So I was in my Princeton office 3 weeks and in my Reno office 1 week. So my kids were 8, 6, 4, 2
Mm,
at the time. That was hard. It was hard on my husband with them. It was hard on the kids. Um, and I actually left the organization because they said they were moving my position to Reno. I I no,
mm.
that wasn't an option at the
Mhm.
time. And sometimes you've gotta make the choices. Sometimes we as moms have to make, if we're a career, we've gotta make those choices. We've got to determine what's best for us, and for best for us is our family does begin that. If you're excellent, you're gonna find some other work. I left corporate America thinking, I've done pretty good work for other people. I I know I can do the work for myself. I don't know how to get the clients, but I'm going to trust that the community that I built, the network that I built will support that. So my goal being an entrepreneur was to spend a little bit more time with my kids that I had not been seeing, with my travel,
Yeah.
and to be more involved. So I became like the basketball mom and the concession stand mom and making food for travel games mom, and I was on the school board, and I mean, I this life allowed me flexibility to be present where my kids were, so that they got off from school. My mom is somewhere in the building. I just need to find her. They were confident that mom was somewhere in the building,
Yeah.
and especially during sports seasons, I was gonna be somewhere in the building. If I wasn't traveling, 'cause I had to do that also, but I was gonna be somewhere in the building. They were confident about that.
Yeah.
So I was intentional about choosing things. I mean, it got to the point, like, one of the things that got me to leave corporate America, I was at my Reno office, and I didn't want to be at my Reno office this particular week, but I had a new boss that was starting, and he wanted to meet that week. It was my oldest's birthday
Mm.
week, and it was the first birthday, and she was 8, 9, 10, something like that, and she just didn't understand why I wasn't home for her birthday. And this man never asked me why I was distracted, why I didn't wanna go to dinner with the group that night. Like,
Mm.
I had to say to him, I didn't wanna have to say, "Well, I've got a 9-year-old at home that I'm missing her birthday
Yeah.
because I'm here." I didn't wanna have to say that, but I eventually had to. No sympathy. No
Wow.
sympathy at all. And I was like, "Oh, I can't work for this person." I uh, uh, I'm happy that this position's moving to Reno because I don't wanna work for you full time
Mhm.
in Reno. No, there's no I was fine. I was fine not having to work for him, but I never missed another birthday.
Mm.
Never
Yeah.
missed another birthday. Would not allow that to happen ever again with my family.
Yeah.
So the flexibility that it allows us to make the choices. My husband has been wonderful.
Mm.
He I mean, it was like every season there needed to be a new cadence of the way that we had to work together, or I mean, he would get a new job, and he would be doing some local travel, and I'm still, we got to bring the moms in, my mother-in-law and my mom. So, but we had a village,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
our village was tight, tight. Tish and I have kids that are about all the same ages. We've got a sister that's got a daughter, we've got a brother that's got 2 kids, we've got cousins and stuff. We were always together
Mm.
raising our kids. We were always together, and that was important. That
Yeah.
I needed that. I needed to know that my kids are with Tish's kids, or my kids are with my cousin's kids, or my kids are with my mother-in-law or my mom. That my village, I I don't understand how people do it without. I that must be so hard.
Mm.
It was hard with the village,
Right.
you
Right,
know?
yeah.
How do you do it without? I just that for
Mm.
me, that is mind-boggling. Why people choose to not
Mm.
have a village support them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you said so much. First of all, I I can relate to on the children's side because my mom was that mom. My mom, whatever I did, I cheerlead. She was cheer mom. I
Yep.
was like in drama at school. She was drama mama.
Yep.
My mom went to all of my competitions, all of my games, all everything. My mom was
Yep.
always there. And I used to always wonder, like, how is she doing this? Like, she working a full-time job. She's working part-time, like her
Yeah.
side hustle, right? Like,
Right.
how are you making all this time for me, right?
Right.
And it's
Right.
funny because I was telling Tish when we were talking about how as a child, I especially as a teenager, I definitely did not appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to like create this name for myself, not for my family, because everybody knows my family and my
Right.
mom, right? Like I'm trying to kind of get away from it. So I
Yeah.
hated it. But as an adult, oh my gosh, she prioritized me. And that
Yes.
matters, right? That made me
Yes.
feel like I could always go to her. Like you said, like if I'm getting out of school, my mom's here somewhere. There would be
Right.
days that I didn't go to school because I'm sick or something. And my friends are telling me, like, oh, I saw your mom today. And I'm like, I wasn't even there. Why are you there? Like, what is happening? But as an adult, absolutely, like, that is what I take from it now. Like, she prioritized me. And as a
Right.
child, to a single mom, especially, like, that was very important. But
Absolutely.
my mom had a village too, right? Like growing up with cousins is another thing that's like, oh yeah, my cousins had my back. Like I was never alone. I always had somebody to
Yes.
talk to. If I had a problem, I always had somebody to go to. Older
Yes.
cousins too. So
Yeah.
absolutely, having that village, like it's really a wonderful experience, a wonderful thing, especially like I said, my mom, my dad wasn't around, but I
Mhm.
did have certain people on my dad's side of the family. I had aunts and different things who would look out for
Yeah.
me, my godmom, like so
Yeah.
that village, oh, just
Right.
so important. I
Right.
am I don't have any children yet. My partner and we've been together for a few years, so we're starting to talk about marriage, starting to talk about
Mhm.
kids, and I just always wonder, like, what it's gonna look like
Yeah.
once we do that. And he travels for work. I'm like
Mhm.
building this business, so it's just like, oh, we definitely gonna need a village.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely,
so
but you
yeah,
figure it out. You figure it in different parts, different times along the way, it's gonna look different. It's
yeah,
gonna look different because your needs are different.
right.
So, you've gotta be that was one of the things we've got, a woman that's we call our sister. She's not related, but she's that village. She's part of the
Mm.
village. I mean, but she came so far in, like, we're going on family vacations, and her son are coming with us. Like, that's
Mhm.
how close they are. But she was very rigid. She there's things that she just needs to have in place, and that for me, that's like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand being that rigid because I guess with 4, they're going in 4 different directions.
Mhm.
I that there might not be walls left to be rigid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it ju different parts, different times, different seasons required a different mix of things
Yeah.
that allow you to keep your sanity, allow you to survive, and allow you to excel, and allow your kids
Mhm.
to excel, allow the community to excel.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Love that. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your entrepreneurship journey. I know you were in corporate America and then you started
Mhm,
the business with your sister. Talk a little bit about what that looked like and what, besides the story you just told about, like,
mhm,
the job moving, and if
mhm,
there's anything else that kind of pushed you along the way that said, okay, yeah, it's time, I got to start this
yeah,
business. And then talk
yeah,
about what entrepreneurship means to you.
yeah. So, I never, ever, 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 ever had entrepreneurship in my vision, ever, like, I was I was really fine working for corporations.
Yeah.
I knew that there was gonna be political things. I knew that there was gonna be cultural things. I knew that I would be doing things that I didn't wanna do in different times within my career. I knew that there were gonna be people that I didn't like and I didn't wanna work with at times during my career.
Yeah.
But I just felt like that's the way life is. That's the way work is. I didn't think that that was an issue. I thought that that's the way it was going to be. Uh, the having the mindset that I get to choose who I work with, and that means I get to choose who I don't work with. That's like, a big, like, that never even occurred to me because the people and the culture kind of come along with the organization. That I didn't think I had a choice. S- I, and I, again, all of this is all coming out of me looking back, not at that time me looking
Right.
forward. Forward to these things. I was never looking forward to choosing who I had to work with, or choosing who I didn't have to work with, and choosing the days that I worked, and choosing not the days that I don't, the days that I don't work. This is all hindsight.
Mhm.
This is like, wow, I developed this thing
Yeah.
that I love and works for my family and works for me, and I it's just wonderful. So the I never saw this coming for myself.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you the story, part of the story. Tish had become a consultant before me. I actually, one of the last organizations that I worked for, not the last, but the one before that, I actually brought her in to the organization because she had come out of corporate and was doing a little consulting. And I was like, I think you would like to work with this lady over here. And she's got an open position, I think. And the lady was like, oh my gosh, I love her,
Mm.
but I'm not bringing her on full time. And I was like, what? They brought her on as a consultant. She still works. They're still one of our clients
Mm.
to this day. But she said, Tish said to me, I think you would really like to consult. And I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. I like the regular paycheck. I like the benefits.
Mhm.
I'm good. I'm good. I know that works for you. I'm really, talk about rigidity. I, I like a regular paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like knowing where benefits are coming from. I like some of the bonuses that I was getting. Like,
Mhm.
there was things that I was really comfortable with, but it was a comfortable thing.
Yeah.
Um, and she kept pushing. She kept saying, I just think you would really like, I think you would like the flexibility, our kids, you're going to be able to spend more time, and, we can go on vacation and we can be working together while we're on vacation. I'm like, working on vacation? I don't
That
like,
doesn't sound right.
yeah, like that they're supposed to be opposites, not the same thing. Uh, when I did leave my last organization, it was like July 31st. And August 28th, I set up our company
Oh, wow.
without talking to Tish.
Okay.
The day that I got our EIN from the IRS, I sent her a message and said, I just started a company. Oh, by the way, you're the partner. This is the name of it. How do we go? How do we start? Where do we go?
What do we do now?
What do we do now? She was like, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. And I was like, well, you've always said that I would like to do this. So I need a quick education so that we can get this thing going and move forward. So that my journey is not normal to get here. It's not normal to get here. And we've we've stumbled along the way. We put out our feelers. We had a big network between the two of us. We both were in the life sciences industry.
Mm.
We had a huge network. We sent out one email that said, hey, we're out on our own. If there's anything, our skills, you know what our abilities are, our experience. If there's anything that you think that we can help you with, we'd love to help. Crickets,
Mm.
crickets. And then one company called and said, let's see how this might work. We really like you guys. Uh, and that didn't turn into business for us, but the relationship has always been around.
Mm.
So that was the first phone call. The second phone call turned into 3 years worth of work. 3 years
Nice.
worth of work. Yeah, and I mean, that particular company, I traveled to China, I traveled to Thailand, never been. I'd never been.
Nice.
So I got a chance to experience things that perhaps me staying comfortable with that paycheck, that
Mhm.
those benefits, and some of those other niceties may not have been, afforded me.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that is how so many of us feel, how you felt in the beginning, right? Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to work, right? Like,
Yeah.
there
Right, right,
is, what do you mean
right,
I can choose my hours? I can choose my
right,
days. Like,
right,
that is not
right,
real. What are you talking
right.
about?
I know.
Right?
It's because our parents taught us that.
Mhm.
Go get a
Mhm.
good job, you
Yep.
work there for
Get those
many
good
years, you
benefits.
retire, right? Make sure you get that pension or make sure you save your 401k is nice and fat. Like, that was their process
Yep.
for getting to whatever. And I think that the destination is just different now. And
Mhm.
the which means the journey is different.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So my mom was she's in the school system for like
Oh,
30, 40
yeah.
years. She
Bless
started off
her.
as an art teacher and then she became a librarian later on. Most of my aunts were teachers or something in the school system. So like
Mhm.
they it was not just go get a job, go get a like government job or a job that's definitely gonna
Yes.
be there, right? It has job
Yes.
security, it has those benefits,
Yes.
right? Like it's a regular
Yes.
paycheck,
Right,
right?
right,
And
right.
my mom definitely was, like, "You sure you don't wanna be a teacher? Like, it's a good job," she said
Yeah.
all of those things, and I'm like, "Mom, please, I'm not. I'm running so far away from that," right? But absolutely. So, when I graduated college, I went straight into the workforce, went into corporate, and was
Mhm.
working a 8 to 5 job that I hated, but
Mm.
it was just like, okay, I'll work this job and I'll just do my stuff on the side because that's what I saw my mom do, right?
Right,
Like you work
right.
your full-time job so that you
Right,
can
right, right.
survive. We live in New Jersey, it's very
Right, right,
expensive
right.
here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So, right, work
yeah.
your job so that you can survive and then you
Right.
do the things that you're passionate about on the side,
Mhm.
right? Like you got to
Yeah.
make room for those
Right,
type of things. So I never
right.
thought that like no, I could do what I'm passionate about,
Yes.
and that could be my source of income. I don't have to
Yes.
make room for it. That could be
Right,
what I do.
right, right. I
Total,
know.
like, oh
I
my gosh, just
know.
a light bulb moment. My whole life changed. Just, it was crazy.
Right. And now that's something you can pass on to your kids. You've got
Yes,
options. If
yes,
you wanna go into corporate, that's fine. Take what they're gonna teach you and come out and do your own, or
yes,
go start your own thing and learn along the way. Get some people around you that are smarter than you can teach you and you keep progressing. But there's not
absolutely.
one way. There's not one
Absolutely.
way.
And that is my favorite thing about entrepreneurship and my journey of entrepreneurship, learning about freedom, right? I also grew up in a very just very strict Christian household where, you're
Mhm.
supposed to do certain things, you got to look a
Mhm.
certain way, you got to be presentable, you got to
Mhm.
be respectable, all of those things,
Mhm.
right? So I didn't
Mhm.
think that there were other ways to go. But my
Right,
mom,
right.
it's her fault because she put me in these performing arts schools where I met all these different type of people
Yes.
and I'm just like,
Yes.
"Oh, you don't have to
Yes.
everybody's family is not the same, right? Everybody doesn't
Right.
grow up learning the same thing. Everybody doesn't have the same
Right.
values. Oh,
Right.
people are
Right.
different."
Right.
Like,
Right.
so
Right.
learning
Yes.
those things,
Yes.
like learning like no, there's a freedom in it. You get to choose. You get to
Yes.
choose. So please talk about
Yes.
like going from the one mindset to the other, how that happened, right? Like what
Yeah.
was the moment of like, "Oh gosh, I could do this," right? Like going from
Yes.
that's just the way it is
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
no, I get to choose. There are options.
Yeah. 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 I think I was probably in
Mm.
it before I was like, "Oh, I like this." The first, 3-year deal that we had, so my background, the things that I liked about the jobs that I had done were, being creative. I had built products, created products for companies. I had done, uh, like, event planning. types of things and big meetings, things like that. So those are the things that I had liked to do. And this particular job was planning key opinion leader meetings overseas,
Hmm.
but in a new way. So I got a chance to be creative. I got a chance to do that event planning. And I remember sitting in kind of our war room at the hotel, and all of these people are buzzing around, are looking like, are working for me.
Mm.
And I remember sitting in that room like, and including my client. My client was like, "Okay, what do you want me to do next?" Like, I'm like, and I remember sitting in that room, like, looking around at everything buzzing, and I was like, "Oh, I am here.
Yes.
I am here. This is I don't know what this is or how I got here, but I want more of this.
Yeah.
I wanna do this again and again and again and again and again." So I can't say that I know, like, that there was a trigger to that switch. I just remember that moment sitting in that room that I was like, "Oh, this is me.
Yeah.
This is it. This is
Yeah.
it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did that feel like to you? Because a lot of the times, like, we have to be in it, right? We have to
Yeah, yeah,
see
yeah,
it working around. We
yeah.
have to feel it. And then it's like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
yeah,
this feels good. I like
yeah,
this. I want more of this. Like you said, yeah.
yeah. I think I felt complete. I think I
Ooh.
felt full. I think I felt, um, like me.
Mm.
Like there might be parts that still have to shake off or I might have to add to, but generally this is the form. One of the things that Michelangelo would say about the big pieces of marble that he was carving was, people would ask him, how do you do it? How do you get that? And he would say, "Well, I chip away everything that isn't that figure."
Mm.
And I think that it's just removing all the things that weren't me. And some of it was being in corporate. Some of it was some of that corporate life. And I didn't realize it. It was just so comfortable. It was
Yeah.
just, it was just so comfortable and easy.
Yeah.
But I, I didn't have quite as much, I wasn't in touch with being as creative as I could have been. And because there are constraints in corporate America,
Yeah.
there's constraints about what you can do and what you can't do. And my client was just like, "I love your ideas." And I was like, "Wow." And she's like, "Well, why don't we do this?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but what can we do this also?" "Yes, let me go get some money to do that." I'm like, "You're gonna go get
Mm.
money to do that?" Okay.
Yeah.
But I think I just felt like I was me for the first time.
Mm.
I was the working version of me. The and I have evolved since then, and I'm still, as Michelle Obama says, becoming.
Yeah.
I'm still in that journey. Uh, but that was the moment that I was like, "Okay, what that was in the past." And I've looked back at
Hmm.
times, especially when business was lean, very, very
Mm.
lean. I've
Mm.
looked back going, "Oh, can I go back to corporate America? I think I can go back to corporate America." I I don't think that I'm serving my community as well. I don't think I would be serving them as well in corporate as I can
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard so much in this conversation about kind of just giving yourself space to grow and allowing
Mm,
yourself to pivot, because a lot of the
mhm,
times you don't know what you don't, well, we don't know what we don't know, right? But also you don't know what you'll like, right? Until you
Right.
try it. Like there are a lot of the
Right.
things, a lot of the time, food specifically. I was a very picky kid. I didn't like a lot of things. So as an adult, I'm trying new things, right? Like I love onions. I don't like raw onions. I can't just like bite into an onion,
Mhm.
but I love the
Mhm.
flavor of onions like on my food, in my like
Mhm.
tacos and my
Mhm.
like in my
Mhm.
meat. Like I
Yeah.
love onions, right?
Yeah.
And if I would have never given myself time, like I remember I was in this. It was a burger joint. It was back when I was eating beef. And I was smell. They were making the burgers with onions, and I'm like, oh my god, that smells good. Let me just. And I had to talk myself into it, right? Like Jasmine, you're not gonna like it. Don't do it. But I might like it. Come on, let's just try it, right? And I tried it and I was done. I'm just like, yes, I've been looking for this flavor and I didn't even know it,
Yes.
right? So
Right.
allowing yourself to
Right.
try new things, like, and just
Yes.
allowing the business to pivot and not being rigid, right?
Right.
That's
Right.
how you learn, right? You give yourself
Yes.
that space and
Yes.
look what comes of it. I think that's really
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
And that's also how you build confidence. There there will be an episode with this person, Rock. I met her at a business it was like a business boot camp that I did last year. And
Mm.
she will be on the podcast. I'll share her information in the show notes, don't worry. But she's a confidence coach. And
Interesting.
yeah, I love what she does. It's really cool. She really she gave me this thought that I've been repeating, and I really love it. So I'm going to repeat it here, about how you build confidence, right? Because we were talking about the difference between confidence and ego. That is a
Mm.
big thing for me because, in this entrepreneurship journey, when we're getting great feedback from our
Yeah.
clients, it's really
Oh,
easy
yeah.
to get that big head, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
how do
Oh,
we
yeah, yeah,
stay
yeah.
humble, right? And work through
Right.
confidence instead of ego, right?
Right.
So she was saying that a lot of people have ego because they don't make mistakes. They haven't really made mistakes. They haven't had to go through anything, right? But how you build confidence, you make a mistake, you overcome, you get through, you fix it, you figure it out. Oh, I did that. And you look back and you're like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, look at what I did, right? And you're
Mhm.
marveling at yourself and it's like, damn, I did that. So that's how
Yes.
you build confidence, right? But if
Yeah.
you don't make
Yeah.
mistakes,
Right.
there's no room to build confidence. And you said it
Right.
before about
Right.
like the difference between perfectionism and excellence, right? Like in
Yes.
perfectionism, there is
Yes.
no room for mistakes. So how could you
Mm.
build confidence? That is
Right.
ego. But when you're
Yes.
talking about,
Yes.
excellence, being excellent and having, quality
Yes.
work, working with excellence, you're
Yes.
going to make some mistakes and that's okay
Yeah.
cuz you're going to learn from them. So I just
Exactly. I
brought that
love that.
around there, right?
I can't wait until that conversation.
Oh my gosh, I will. Yes, that's definitely coming, and I will share her information in the show notes. She's really Rock is so cool. I like really, I
Oh
love
my
her.
gosh.
And confidence coaching is something that I had never heard of before, and I'm just like,
Right?
girl, it's so needed
Right?
because especially when
Yes.
we're talking about like, and I hate to generalize. It's something that I really try not to do, but I think especially when we're talking about how men are socialized and how women are socialized,
Oh, yeah.
right? Men
Oh,
are
yeah.
taught to be confident, right? Like
Absolutely.
you're amazing, you're a
Yes.
man, like you got
Yes.
this, right? And
Yes. Yeah.
women, a lot of the time, we're taught
Yeah.
to question ourselves or to shrink ourselves,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
we need confidence, right? It's so
Yes.
important. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I really love that.
Wow.
Making mistakes is how you build confidence.
Yes. It makes me think of, my second daughter has been, like a high caliber athlete, like brilliant
Mm.
athlete, like just and one time Tish was having a conversation with her and she was they were just talking about business or something like that, and she had said something to Kien, and Kien said, "Well, why not me?" I know, I
Yes.
was like, like,
Yes.
"Proud mom, proud mom."
How old was she?
She was probably 19 or 20 at the time.
Still, because
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
that for me, that was a big, so I struggled with confidence and I struggled with self-esteem for a long time in my life.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I hate saying it, but it is what it is, right? It's the
Yeah,
truth and it's
yeah.
my truth. Like
Right.
I really didn't build confidence in myself and high self-esteem until I was an adult. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I hear these kids saying stuff like that, I'm just
I
like,
know. I
yes, be
know.
confident, be
I
you, like
know.
be
Right.
all of that. It really
Right.
inspires me because that's what I was
Yes.
lacking at that age, and y'all already have
Yes.
it. So it's
Yeah.
like, yes, just
I
keep
know.
it.
Yeah. I
I
know. I
love it.
know. And it's the thing is, and I'm right with you. And again, that's part of my journey. I'm still on that journey in being more confident
Yeah.
in myself in public.
Mm,
Very confident in myself in private, but in public, it's a different beast.
yeah.
Um, but hearing our kids, or they don't even have to be our kids, but just the people that we've had the opportunity to influence, to hear your own, like to hear your coaching words
Mm,
come out of them or lived out in them.
mm.
Oh, like, I mean, I was telling, eh, she's a confident person already. My daughter's very, very confident. I had the issue of, we need to be a little bit more humble
Yeah,
with
yeah.
her. Like, she was a bit over.
Mhm,
Um, but to hear that assurance
mhm.
come out in her and in others that again we have the opportunity to influence, it's like, yes, yes, be that,
Yes.
be that, do that, have that,
Yes. All of that. Yes.
all of that.
Yes. So Wendy, please, we've talked a lot about confidence, about allowing yourself to pivot, about giving yourself space to grow. But if you have any specific advice for Black women entrepreneurs, what would it be?
Make mistakes.
Hmm.
Definitely make mistakes, but learn from them quickly and move on.
Yeah.
Like, don't stay there. Don't stay there. You're so much better for yourself and others if you keep going. Um, pursue excellence, not perfection.
Mm.
Definitely. I know I've said it before, but that's a big thing, and it allows for you to be human.
Yeah.
Uh, It allows for you to be human. Um, do things that make you happy.
Mm.
Do the work that makes you happy, and work with people that you want to work with.
Yeah.
I use the word work, but I enjoy myself every day because of the work that I do and the people that I do it with.
Mm.
I enjoy myself every day. I don't mind the hours. Like last night, there's a group of 4 facilitators that were with a client this week, and one of them called me at, like, I don't know, 9:15 last night and was like, "Oh, do you have this? Can I just catch up with you a bit?" And I sat down right here and we were just talking. He was like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "I love my work. I
Mm.
love this. This
Yeah.
is not, you're not interrupting. This is something that I love. You're adding to my day.
Mm.
You're adding something great to my day. So don't think you're taking anything away because my time is now shifted." So do things that you love with the people that you really, really love to do it with. Yeah.
Yes. Love that. Love that. Love that. If you could you do you feel comfortable talking maybe about a mistake that you made and how you worked through it, how you overcame it?
Mm, mm. I'm filtering my Rolodex of all of them.
What's the
That's not me
best
like
mistake?
that's not me like, "I don't really have any." No, that's me going like
Yeah.
this. Um, I think actually a really, really recent one, and it might seem, well, I'll just kinda walk through it. So one of the roles that I do within our company is when we bring on a new client or in a new project, if there are interviews that need to be done with the client organization, I usually do the interviews. I, I One of my skills is listening, uh, so that I I listen to more than what's just being said.
Mm.
Uh, to gain a better understanding and fill in the context for the conversation. So I'm often the person that does these interviews. And I did like a month's worth of interviews, and we came out with exactly what the client had thought were the issues that we're decided to that we're going to address during a training. And after the first workshop, one of the groups that went through the workshop were not happy. They were not happy with the workshop, and I felt that was like a direct reflection that I did not listen, or I was not able to communicate the things that I heard so that that group could receive what they were expecting to receive. So I felt like there was like misaligned expectations and um, miscommunication between myself and my client partner. Therefore, what my team and I developed didn't meet the mark, didn't hit the mark. And that hurt, that stung, that stung. Fortunately, the project was 2 workshops, one, and then 5 weeks later, another, which is where they're at today. And this week, they're doing the workshops. And we got really great feedback from that same group. So if a scale of 1 to 5, they gave us 3s before. We got all 4s and 5s, no 3s at all this time through.
Nice.
So, what we did was I went back and I asked if I could speak to the leaders that they, whether they were in the class or whether they heard things from the people that participated. I wanted to hear,
Yeah.
what didn't hit the mark? Like, what did we miss? What do we need to fill in? Um, and where were we like not aligned on expectations? So we had that meeting, and I said to my client partner, I said, I want to make sure that they felt like they were heard. We may not be able to do everything that they asked, but I want to make sure that they felt like we heard what they had to say. And she said, I definitely feel like they were heard. She said, I know that they're all expecting that we're going to execute what they said. And I said, a lot of those things are outside of the scope of the project. We just won't be able to do them. But our goal is to, once again, make you look good. Make you look good to these people, make you look good to your bosses, make you look good to the people that report to you. So we're going to make sure we do everything we can to do that, satisfy them, and make you look good in the process. So to receive the feedback of the 4s and 5s on the rating of the second workshop was really, it felt like we did take the steps that were needed to meet the client expectations and to stay within the bounds of what we were contracted to do. I mean, we could have done more, but we weren't paid to do any more. That's business. That's business. McDonald's is not going to give you everything that they have going on in the back just because you asked.
Right.
They're going to give you what you paid for.
Yep.
That's business. So we gave them more than what they paid for. We did give them more than what they paid for. But because we want it to be memorable, that you can make a difference. One workshop to the next can look completely different.
Yeah.
We wanted them to have that memory of us making it so much better for them that they
Yeah.
can't deny who we are.
Absolutely. I really like that example because it's like, so I don't know how much of like sports you guys watch or
Oh
anything
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, right? But
Completely,
those
completely
okay.
sports family.
Okay, so like especially in football, I watch a lot of football with my partner. He played football. So the best games to, and he would agree to me, but to
Mhm,
us are
mhm.
those games where it's like a blowout in the beginning, but
Oh
the
yeah.
team that's getting blown out in the end comes out and wins,
Yes,
right? So that's kind of what
yes,
happened to you guys. Like that first workshop was like,
yes.
oh, It's not
Yes.
what we're looking for. But that
Yeah.
second workshop blew them out of the they were
Yes.
so impressed. They were just like,
Right.
"Oh my god." So you
Right.
absolutely made an even
Yes.
better impression than you would have
Yes.
made if both
Yes.
workshops were good, you
Yeah.
know? So
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
amazing.
Yes.
I heard so
Yes.
much in that story. The first thing I want to talk about is like the feedback, right? A lot of the times we hear feedback, and when it's not what we expect or not what we want, we get emotional. Right, we're
Mhm.
just like, oh no, we're
Mhm.
so tied to our work, right?
Yes.
That we're just like, oh no, it's a
Yes.
reflection of me, right? Instead of,
Yes.
no, it's just that
Yes.
one thing that's not
Right.
working. And it could
Right.
be, like you said, miscommunication. It could
Yes.
be like, oh, the client really just needs to manage their expectations because they're
Right.
expecting these
Exactly.
things
Yes.
and we did not talk about these things, right? That's
Right.
business.
Right.
but
Exactly.
but taking that
Exactly.
feedback and just using it as data instead.
Yes. Yes.
That's what exactly what you did. Okay, this is not working. Whatever is not
Yeah.
working. Let's
Right.
figure out what will work and let's
Yeah.
move on. And that's
Yeah.
like the advice that you gave, right? Like make mistakes, but don't
Yeah.
dwell in it because who does that
Right.
help?
Right.
By just dwelling in the
Exactly.
mistake, right?
Exactly.
Like, no, let's
Exactly.
figure out what went wrong and move on. And
Yes.
it's like not playing the blame game too, right? Not looking
No.
for somebody to
No.
blame, just figuring out
No.
what did not work, where in this system is having an
Yeah.
issue,
Right.
and fixing
Right.
that part.
Right.
It's
Right.
like duh, right? Like, but it's so genius when you break it down. It's like these are the steps. This is exactly what you
Right.
should be doing to move on
Right.
and move on quicker. So
Yes. That it's
brilliant.
the speed thing. When we think we've got when we tell ourselves that we've got time,
Mm,
we sit in that negative space. But when we don't have time, you don't sit there. You
yeah,
don't sit there for long. But it's also you've got to train yourself not to stay there anyway.
right,
Even if you do have time, don't stay there.
right.
Like you could be using all the rest of the time to be better, to
Exactly.
do better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 Love that. I love, 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 love that. Please talk about Black women in corporate business environments. Ugh, I
Mhm.
know that's like you see, I like to. I usually have like a fro. I do big curly hair, and I know hair in the workplace is just
Oh my
unfortunately
god.
still a conversation, right? We're in
Still.
2025 and it's still a conversation.
Yes.
But please talk
Still.
about please talk about that environment, and also please talk about relationships and support in business.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh, yeah, it's interesting. The first life sciences company that I worked for years ago was Merck,
Mm,
and Merck was and is, I'm not gonna say was, it still is very, very Black and brown friendly.
mm,
Very. I There was no area that I worked in that I didn't have colleagues
mm,
versus other organizations. Some places I was the only one on the floor.
mm.
Like that was like just didn't make sense. Didn't make sense. So uh, that was my expectation in life sciences that everything would look like that.
Ah,
Every organization would look like this. And I understand like when I began to travel globally, it was going to be different because that's different.
mm-hmm.
US is very different from the rest of the world. But the other organizations, I was like, what? Like, is is there anyone here Black? I was in a division where I was the only Black woman. I was the only Black person in a whole division of the company. Um, there were other ethnicities, but I was the only Black woman in the division of the company, and I was a leader. I was a marketing director, so I'm one of the people that everybody sees and
Mm-hmm.
knows. There's a lot of weight that comes with that in corporate America. There's There's the expectations that your community puts on you. There's the expectations that your corporation puts on you. There's the expectations that the culture within the
Mm,
organization puts on you. And then there's that what we put on
yeah.
ourselves. Um, and we all do it. We all do it.
Yep.
But as Black women, we have so many more things to represent and uphold and stand for.
Hmm.
Uh, um, and we're challenged every moment. Every moment, there's a challenge, and a lot of it is we're thinking about it ourselves. A lot of it isn't that it's being said, although sometimes it is being said to and around you, but we have to we have those burdens ourselves where we've got to represent all of who we are.
Mm-hmm.
We're in corporate America. And Tish and I started talking about last fall, we started talking about we'd like to bring a small group of these women together, like to just give them an opportunity to,
Yes.
because we just need that.
Yes. Yes.
We need, I have girlfriends, but we're all in different sectors, and so our work lives look slightly different. But Tish and I were talking about, let's bring like a small group of women together where we can just exhale
Yeah.
and we can affirm one another and we can uh, talk about how to balance our who we really are in our workplaces,
Yes.
and how to get promoted, how to network, how to talk about some of the things that will help make our lives,
Yeah.
our work lives better, but also just to be like, girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you got to say. See how you
Yes.
you reacted exactly. That's because
I
we
felt it.
know. Yes. You don't have to use any more words.
Mm-hmm.
But just to create an environment where these women can get together and just, yes, I know. I know. I know. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to say anything else. Your tears are speaking everything. You don't have to say another word. Your anger, your frustration is saying
Yep.
enough. You don't have to say another word. Your silence is saying enough. You don't have to say another word. So we are preparing for this. Tish and I are preparing to create an experience for these women that we're going to bring together, that when they leave, they are going to be different. They're going to do different, and they're going to
Yes.
have another level, not a 2.0 level, a version 16 level of their
Yes.
life, that,
Yeah.
and have a community of women they can always come back
Mm.
to get leveled again, get, get hugged
Mm-hmm.
on again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just
Absolutely.
to have this community that we know we're here for each other. We know that we can we will be there to support one another, but we're also there to cry. We're also there to be silent. We're
Yeah.
also there to hug, just be. We can be Black women. We can just be,
Yes. Uh,
and that be okay.
I love that. I love that. And those spaces are so needed because we have so I'm just I'm so tired of these reality shows that
Oh my
just show us
god.
fighting and tearing each other down and just always arguing and just always button heads, right?
I
Like,
know.
we need spaces where we can just uplift each other. Like you said, just be
Yes.
together,
Be.
be in community,
Yes.
just be here
Yes.
with you, right? Like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
so
Yes.
needed. That's so necessary. Like,
Yes.
my best friend and I, we always used to say, like, we could be bored together, right? Like,
Right.
it's okay that we're bored. We have nothing to do. We're looking for something to do, as long as we're
Yes.
together, right?
Together.
Because we're
Exactly.
feeding off of each other's energy. We're uplifting
Yes.
each other. We're hugging each other. Sometimes we
Yes.
crying together, right? Like, whatever
Yes.
we need,
Yes.
we're just
Yeah.
there for,
Right.
right? So
Right. Right. Yes.
love
Yes.
that.
That reminds me, I was in Chicago at one of my childhood friends' homes a couple of years ago, and we were just in her apartment. I'm laying by the window looking out at the sky. She's laying in her bed looking out at the sky. We didn't talk for like 2 or 3 hours. We were good. That was so good for us.
Mhm.
That was
Mhm.
so good for us. And nobody else has to understand it.
Nope. Nope. It's not for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Yep.
But so
Absolutely.
was our conversation.
Mhm.
But so was that silence. And that was good.
Knowing
That was good.
when, or having those people where that you can do both with, right? Like, yeah, we
Yes.
can talk, we're gonna chat, we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about important
Yeah.
stuff that, changes the world and ideas and things like
Right.
that. We're gonna talk
Right.
about stupid stuff that doesn't
Yeah.
matter at all, that has no effect on us, right? That's just silly and whatever. And then we can
Yes.
be silent, literally no talking,
Yes.
nothing at all, but we're just enjoying each other's space.
And it
Right?
all works. It
Yes.
all
Love
works.
it.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Absolutely. We need
Yeah.
that.
So we will share it with your community probably first. Your community will be probably one of the first that we'll share when we've got our dates and
You heard it here
locations and
first.
yes.
Yay. I'm so excited. And of course, you absolutely, the information will be in the show notes. Don't worry, people. We're
Yeah.
going to share it because this sounds so amazing. So I already know
Yes.
y'all waiting. Like, how can I be a part of it? Right. I
Yeah.
know. I know. I got you. Don't worry.
Y'all will hear it. Y'all will hear it first here.
Yes. Love it. Love it.